Alright, so the last video for 6.3, writing linear equations in point slope form. If you recall, point slope form is y minus y1 equals my slope times the quantity x minus x1. Okay, so that's the main thing that we're focusing on today. Alright, so the last one is I'm going to show you how to put it into this form if you're just given 2 points, and then how to change into slope intercept form. And if you remember slope intercept form, y equals mx plus b. That's the other form that we learned before. Okay, so let's take a look here. If you're given 2 points, you can always find your slope. You find your slope by subtracting your y's divided by subtracting your x values. Okay, so up top here, I'm going to get 10 over negative 5, which reduces to negative 2 over 1. So there's my slope. So if I'm going to use my slope, I can use either one of these points to plug it in. So here's one. If I use this one here, it's going to go y minus my y value equals my slope. I don't have to leave it as a fraction. Times the quantity x minus my x value. Or I could use this other point and use y minus 12 equals my slope x minus 2. All right, and those would be my two answers there. Now let's take a look at another example. We'll try this one. And this time, after I find my slope, okay, so I'll go and do that now. 1 minus a negative 2, 12 minus my 6. So I'm going to get 3 over 6, which is 1/2. So there's my slope. All right, so I'm going to show you here that when I plug this in, I'll try this first one. Y minus my y value, my slope, x minus my x value. These two turn into a plus, just like that. Or I could have done using this one, y minus my y value, my slope times x minus my x value. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to change it to slope intercept form. This is point slope form. Okay, so really easy. What you do is just distribute. It's about the only thing that you could do. So I get y plus 2 equals 1/2 x minus 3. And then to get y by itself, all I have to do is subtract 2 on both sides. If I do that, I get y equals 1/2 x minus 5. And that is called slope intercept form. Right? And that's helpful because that tells us where the line began on the y-intercept. Let's take a look at this one. I'll do the same process. All I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute that half. So I get 1/2 x minus 6. Get y by itself by adding a 1 to both sides. The wonderful thing is it doesn't matter which point you use. If you notice here, you will end up with the same exact equation of the line. Okay, so you can try that out. If you need more help, make sure to ask questions in class.